Okay, sorry about that, folks. I'm back. I wasn't looking in my broadcast, so I wasn't aware that time had stopped, and I went off the air there for a minute. But what I was saying is, yeah, like Jeremy said in chat, is that he likes that picture, but he says, "Can you imagine flying back in the day with no GPS and satellites? We can't even find modern day missing planes." Which is absolutely true. Um, and not just even with flying, with like anything. I know people. I love Reagan to death, but that woman could not find anything without her car's GPS. Seriously, she would get totally lost. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's not a dig on her. That's actually most people nowadays. I mean, back then, all that stuff was in your head. Like her navigator, Fred Noonan, must have had like a brain for math because that's what it took. Because all your navigation was done on like paper maps using like math, like advanced math at that to navigate. They didn't have like an electric compass or anything like that. They had that little like water filled like bulb compass like you find on the back of like survival knives now. Like one of those, but it was like mounted on the dashboard, and then like it was like the old fashioned kind of like artificial sun. What do you call it? Artificial horizon that like tells you whether you're flying level or not. Yeah, they actually had to use an old school compass. Yep, and they had to hope it was accurate. And even then, they knew it was probably off a little bit. And there were times when they would be in a storm or above clouds and they couldn't see anything. So everything had to be done by like mathematical navigation. And they didn't have machines for that. It was all done in your head. That's incredible. Yes, agreed. Jeremy just said in chat most people now couldn't use one. If it don't talk to you, they're stupid. Exactly. See, that's one reason. Well, one of many reasons actually. I feel very fortunate because I was brought up, old school. I if I will never be lost in a forest. I'll never be lost anywhere. Like you could drop me off. You could like they actually did this in the army, by the way. They actually dropped me off blindfolded. Had no idea where I was in the middle of a forest, and all they gave me was they didn't give me a compass. All I had was a map with a red circle on it that told me where to go. And I had like a knife. No compass, no nothing. And the only way you can pass that course is actually to find your way to the spot marked on the map. And I passed that course because, I was raised that way. Old school native style. I could track by the time I was old enough to walk, basically. You know, uh, Even to this day, like there's no like outdoor like environmental like situation that I can't survive. Like a desert, forest, mountains, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll find a way to live. And that used to be a skill that everybody had. You know, it really was. It was a skill everybody had. And it's just been lost, like people don't care about that stuff anymore. And that's a shame because they should. Because what if, shit hits the fan tomorrow and you no longer have all the modern day comforts, you know? What if, for whatever reason you have to leave your home? You have to leave all the modern day comforts behind to survive. A lot of people aren't going to be able to manage it because they just were never taught. And I think that's a shame. I think they should teach this shit in school. I really do. So, there you go. And these people were not only had that kind of those kind of instincts and that kind of ingenuity. These people were doing things in the air that nobody else had even thought of yet. Nobody else had thought of like reserve fuel cells at that point. Because the first actual reserve fuel cells weren't actually used until World War II, which is like 8 years. No, I'm sorry. It's like 4 years after she took this flight. That's fucking ingenious. Anyways, that pretty much sums it up for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Um, and I would apologize for all the cussing, but I've warned people over and over again that I cuss, especially when I'm pissed off about something. So, yeah. But if it's your first time, I will apologize to you if it took you by surprise. Um, oh yeah, Jeremy just said in chat. He says he agrees. If you want to see people go ape shit, turn off the power. I'm telling you right now, if the TV show Revolution ever came to be, like people would literally die just from the power going off. All right, so I want to thank you all for tuning in. Tune in Wednesday night. It's going to be a great, 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 great show. It's going to be a little bit about a residential case that we just did. I'm not going to give you any of the details. I'm not going to tell you the person's name as far as stuff like that goes, but I will tell you about all the haunting activity that we captured. And I'm going to play some EVPs on the air that I think is going to have some people scratching their heads. So until next time, my pack, my tribe, peace.